SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Previewing UFC 168 here at SBRForum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with Nick Kalikas and Brad Taschuk, both from MMAoddsbreaker.com. All right, guys, now let's get into the lightweight fight. Jim Miller, Fabricio Camoes, and this one, Miller, big favorite, minus 360, not an enormous favorite, but that's a pretty big favorite. The over 2.5 rounds is minus 125, so clearly the market believes that this one is more likely than not to go to the cards. So, does that make you nervous, having a big favorite like Jim Miller in a fight that might go to the cards? It does make me a little bit nervous. Brad Taschuk, what do you make of these lines?
I think any fight with Jim Miller at this point makes me a little bit nervous. Right. He's just not looked good in his last few performances. Obviously, he tired and got submitted against Pat Healy, changed to the no contest, got tired and started to get beaten up a little bit against Joe Lozon, lost to Nate Diaz. He just has not had a good run lately. So, if anything, I think that you've got to bet the dog here. I don't think that you can lay almost 4-1 on Jim Miller in the state that he's been over his last, 4 or 5 fights. So, it's a little bit scary because Fabricio Camoes has never had success against the level of fighters that Jim Miller has historically been. But Jim Miller's starting to have less and less success as well himself. So right. Dog or pass here, I think. Definitely.
All right. Dog or pass is Brad Taschuk's opinion. Nick Kalikas, is that how the public's been betting this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I opened at minus 270, I believe, was my official opener for this fight for Jim Miller, and public bet it up immediately. I mean, of course, parlays and everything else coming into play, so that's why you're seeing the line where it is now. So more support coming in on Jim Miller. A lot of people don't have respect for Camoes. I mean, the crazy thing is about this fight, it should be very competitive. I mean, Miller does have a clear edge. He should be the better wrestler. Striking is going to be close. I think that Camoes is more versatile on the feet, but Jim Miller might be the more effective striker. So everywhere this fight takes place, I think it's really going to be a close competitive fight. So is the line off? Without a doubt. Now, Jim Miller's also looked pretty bad. But the problem is here, I mean, recently, like Brad just said, but the problem is here, Camoes hasn't exactly looked great in the UFC either. So that's why you're not going to get a lot of respect that way. But, I mean, this is one spot where I do think the public early action is coming in a little bit off here. I think they're misgauging the fact that Camoes can hang in almost every realm of this fight. So he could catch Jim Miller's back, possibly end it by submission. There's just a lot of ways. And on top of it, I mean, let's face it, we say it all the time on this show, on several shows, that the judges just stink out there. I mean, they're horrible. So, like you just said, Peter, I mean, 2.5 over, slightly over. So if it hits the cards, you're going to really lay 4-1 on a close competitive fight that the judges might butcher.
So do you think that that this line will close even higher than minus 360, or you think eventually, the sharp money will come in on Camoes?
I think there will be a little bit of trickle of sharp money coming in on Camoes as we get a little bit closer. Now, is it going to be accurate? We'll see. I mean, I think they're just going to find some value where the line is. But yeah, I don't think it's going to get too far beyond where it is now. It'll probably stay somewhere between 3 and 4-1.
All right, but we're all pretty much in agreement that plus 300, it's either dog or nothing in this fight. Thanks, guys.